Board of Directors to order. At this time, we'll have our roll call.
Director Smith is absent. Director Roberts.
Here.
Assistant Mayor Harris.
Here.
Director Hollebush.
Here.
Director Brewer.
Here.
Director Jewell.
Here.
Mayor Brown.
Here. Our invocation and pledge allegiance will be given tonight by Director Danny Jewell. If you would, silence your cell phones during the course of the meeting for us, we'd appreciate that. And then if you want to address the board, if you'll fill out a citizen's communication card and get that to our city clerk, she can get it to me and we'll recognize you. Let's stand.
Bow our heads, please. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for another beautiful day. We ask that you guide and direct us in all that we do here tonight, and ask that you make all our troubles to be small ones. These things we pray. Amen. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. At this time, we'll move right on into our citizens' communication time, and I have a Tom Orenberg. I'm sorry. Yes. All right, good. Yeah.
Mayor Brown, members of the board, veterans and supporters who are here tonight, thank you for allowing me to speak. Many of you know who Denver Bull Randleman was, but some may not. I can tell you, not many locals did until recently. Denver Bull Randleman was born here in Arkansas in the small town of Rector in Clay County. He enlisted in the Army in 1942 and joined the 101st Airborne. He jumped into Normandy on D-Day with Easy Company, the unit immortalized in the book by Stephen Ambrose, an award-winning HBO miniseries Band of Brothers. Bull fought from Normandy, D-Day, to Carentan, to Holland, Bastogne, Battle of the Bulge, and all the way to Hitler's Eagle's Nest. He was wounded, kept fighting, and earned a Purple Heart, Bronze Star, Presidential Unit Citation, among others. Famed Easy Company commander Dick Winters said Bull was one of the finest soldiers he ever worked with. When the war ended, he got out of the Army, came home and lived a quiet life. Eventually went to work at J.A. Riggs, now known as Riggs Cap in Trinity Boulevard, raised a family, and never bragged. A section of Highway 82 runs through the city of Texarkana past VFW Post 4562. It's the road his family traveled for decades. Designating this stretch of highway as a Staff Sergeant Denver Bull Randleman Memorial Highway costs the city virtually nothing, but it gives us something priceless. A daily reminder in big letters that ordinary men from this community did extraordinary things when the world needed them the most. We name buildings and streets after politicians, musicians, and donors. Here, we have a chance to do something special. To name a highway after a legitimate American hero who happened to be one of ours. We have received over 600 signatures on change.org from local and across the globe. Little Rock will have a 10-foot statue erected in his honor, crafted by renowned artist and sculptor Kevin Kress, commissioned by Attorney General Tim Griffin. He was inducted in the Arkansas Military Veterans Hall of Fame last year. The Texarkana VFW was renamed in his honor. His name was cast in bronze on a VA marker in Chapelwood Cemetery. Now is the time for the city of Texarkana to acknowledge and recognize him. Mayor and board members, I respectfully ask that you add this item to the next regular agenda and pass the resolution designating Staff Sergeant Denver Bull Randleman Memorial Highway. Paperwork's ready. RDOT supports it, and the veterans and guests in this room, and hundreds, if not thousands more across the region and world, as observed in the petition, will be proud to see Texarkana lead the way in honoring this 5'11" giant of a man of the greatest generation. Bull passed in 2003 due to an overlooked and untreated MRSA staph infection. He passed less than 2 years after the release of Band of Brothers series, so we missed the fanfare and celebrations that the other Easy Company survivors were able to enjoy and partake in. This Memorial Highway designation is the least this city can do to show gratitude and appreciation for this man and what he stood for. Thank you for your time, and again, thank you to everyone here who came to support.
Oh.
I'd like to add to that, I grew up 2 houses down from him, and on East 31st Street, and before I got to know him, he scared me to death. Big guy, but he was a gentle giant, he truly was. He loved all the neighborhood kids, but he never would talk about any of his heroics. I didn't know he had accomplished any of this stuff because he never would talk to us about it. And when I actually found out, I was like, I'm living 2 houses down from this guy, and you would never know he did anything special. He was just plain Mr. Randleman.
And to make the official request, you might want to talk to a resolution, is that? or-
He's already got with me. I've got the paperwork on my desk.
He was a very good man.
Yes.
Daniel Fields?
Good evening, board. How y'all doing tonight?
Good.
Good. Just kind of sat through that workshop with y'all on health insurance. My name's Daniel Fields. Also live at 2301 Ramblewood Road. President of the Texarkana, Arkansas Firefighters Union. So when I speak, it's representing 75% of the employees with the fire department. Just kind of, I thought we'd have a little time to talk and kind of go through some things. But I just wanted to take some time, point out some things, but also offer a solution that maybe wasn't addressed in y'all's meeting. So I represent our members, but I also represent the families of these brave men. It's a tremendous privilege, but it's also a great responsibility. I'd like to thank you for taking time out of your schedules today to attend the workshop and to talk about what the city can do. So one thing, it's important to maintain a competitive benefit package for our employees. If we fail to do this, the city will not be able to retain a strong workforce, and we'll have a revolving door of employees. Municipal careers often pay lower than the private sector, but historically have better benefits. I want to thank y'all for the contributions that the city makes towards the employee package and towards the family package as well. If we decrease the benefit package offered to our employees and their families, what do we have to retain them and keep them here in Texarkana, Arkansas? Also, what type of benefit package do we have to market to future employees? Without increasing the wages of our employees, an increase in premiums is essentially a pay cut for them and their families. I don't know many people that would wake up today making a set amount of money per month and would be happy about waking up tomorrow to make $200 to $300 less a month. This will affect employee morale in a very negative way. As president, I represent members of various ages and those that are at different stages of their lives. I represent members who have 25 plus years on the job, who have served our city and the citizens through their younger years and are now getting older. Not only have they sacrificed, their family has made their fair share of sacrifices as well. In addition, I represent members who have less than 5 years on the job and are starting a family. Having health insurance for their family at a reasonable price is a necessity. We all remember that time in our life, in our younger years, as we were starting our own families. Diapers, baby formula, and daycare is expensive. Due to our recent turnover, there are a lot of new faces at TAFD. We would like to retain these members and provide them with a competitive benefit package that ensures they stay here when we have trained them. So, I know that it was brought up as far as the proposed increase, and there's 2 things I want to discuss. I've researched this, and I've also talked to other presidents throughout the state who have municipal health and options they have. One I found, I didn't get a chance to talk to them today, was the city of Benton, Arkansas. So they give their employees an option. They say, hey, would you like a lower deductible? We're proposing the $2,000. They offer that, but then they offer what's called a high deductible health plan. I don't think we should just have one option. I think we should have two, and I'll give you all the reason. My family, we're pretty healthy. We don't really go to the hospitals, the doctors very much. So we would have a higher deductible, but it would be a lower premium. And what they do with that, the city still contributes the same amount, but they put that amount in a health savings account that stays with the employee. So people that want the lower deductible, they have that option. That's their price. But then people that want the higher deductible, they have that option as well. And then they have money in the health savings account that would go towards their deductible that's higher. And it doesn't run out each year. It stays in that account. So basically, the city's contributing the difference of the two. And when y'all threw up the family increase, I know y'all are looking at numbers. I know there's only so much money to work with. But that's a $225 increase for our families a month. And I'm not just I am representing the fire department and the members of the union, but also I'm speaking for employees as well on family coverage. And another thing, you talked about the retirees, and that brings up a very good point. You know, our guys and all the employees of the city, they serve the city for years, and then it's kind of like they just fall off and they have to pay their entire premium for their insurance. I hope one day that we'll be in the position that we can pay a portion of the retirees' coverage. I mean, that's a big deal, especially because in our line of work, just to give y'all some numbers, and I'm going to wrap up here.
Daniel, excuse me, just 1 minute. Does anybody have any objection to him continuing?
Not at all.
Go ahead.
A competitive health insurance package for our members is essential. Just to give you a few statistics on firefighters. Due to the nature of our work and the high level of exposures to carcinogens throughout our careers, firefighters are 10% more likely to get cancer than the general population and 15% more likely to die from cancer. We're also 6.5 more times likely than the general population to die from a cardiac-related chronic disease due to the exertion level during active fire suppression. The gear's heavy, the rooms are hot, and your heart can only take so much. You do that day in, day out. And that's a future plan for the board, I know, but that would be a great option in the future. I just want to let y'all know, sometimes in Texarkana, we just see what we see, and we're kind of, but we don't really see what other people are doing throughout the state. And I feel like that's a good option that we could offer our retirees. So, in closing, I would really encourage y'all to just give our employees options on the health insurance. And when I say that, if it's a $2,000 individual deductible y'all are wanting to go with, that's great. But give them the HDHP plan, which is the high deductible option, and let them put that money in a health savings account that'll grow over time. Really, that's what we need it for, is just something catastrophic, most of us, but some of us do need it for, we might be really sick or something like that. But in closing, I appreciate all y'all do for our city. It's an honor to represent these men. And if y'all have any questions for me, I want to present this today because another thing, last point, I've been looking into insurance for me and my family on the marketplace. And I don't know if y'all know this, but the open enrollment, you have to enroll by December 15th.
Right.
Well, with our board meeting to approve the budget being on December the 15th, now we moved it to the 16th. That really don't give employees very much of an option. And so maybe if we could be a little bit more proactive in that.
The board's passed a resolution to pay the first month.
Okay.
So we passed a resolution at the last meeting to absorb the total cost of the first month's.
I understand that, but what's the premium increase going to be for me to get on an open enrollment plan? The deadline for that is December 15th. on another plan. As I won't know what the city's gonna contribute or pay until December 16th. So I'll miss the time for open enrollment. And I'm speaking on my
That'd be
behalf.
for the insurance guy. I don't know, Dan. I don't know the technical answers to that.
Yeah, I'm just speaking for other employees that might want to shop the marketplace.
Right.
So, is there any questions for me?
I really appreciate your doing that research. That really give us some forethought to think about.
On the health marketplace, if you do have a life-changing event such as this with the insurance, the city's insurance changing, they will still allow you after the 15th to shop for other insurance.
Okay, all right, well, that's good to know. But in closing, like I said, if y'all could look into the high deductible health plan, and also the possibility of maybe increasing some of the coverage for the family. I think there's 40 families that are on the city health insurance. And, but I know there's only so many funds. I understand that principle completely. So I appreciate y'all's
Daniel,
time.
before you go, I would like to talk to you sometime here in the near future.
Okay.
Kind of discuss some more about this insurance.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else wish to address the board? Anyone else, citizens communication time? If not, we'll have our city manager. We have a couple of service awards to present tonight, employee service awards. The first recipient, I'm told, is not present. Mr. Christopher Estes for TAPD has 10 years. Give him a round of applause. Tyler, I think we have Christopher Miller from TW has 5 years. I think he's present. Yes, come on up. Thank you. At this time, we'll move into our consent agenda. We have 2 items on our consent agenda. Item number 2 is approval of the minutes of the regular meeting of November the 17th. Item number 3 is to adopt a resolution authorizing the city manager to purchase various replacement computer hardware to our IT department. What would be the consent of the board, desire of the board on the consent agenda?
Motion to adopt.
Second.
So have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Consent agenda passes. Moving right along to our regular agenda, item number 4 is consider the following action concerning the maintenance of overgrown lots. We are going to conduct a public hearing regarding the placing of liens on 13 overgrown lots, and then adopt a resolution placing the liens on 13 overgrown lots. Roger Douglas. At this time, we will open and conduct a public hearing.
Okay, these are just like the weed lots we come to you with 2 or 3 times a year. This will be the last bunch we bring this year. And if y'all have any questions for me?
Roger, I have one question. On these lots, do we outsource to the public to cut these lots, or we just still maintaining all of them ourselves?
No, we do them ourselves.
The 2201 Preston, why is that so expensive? Why-
There's
is
2
that-
of them on there like that. They had loads and loads of trash and junk that we had to haul off.
Okay, so that's hauling off.
Mhm.
Okay.
Any other questions? If not, we'll close the public hearing. At this time, we would instruct the city attorney to read the resolution.
Whereas notice was given pursuant to Arkansas Code annotated 1454-904 to the property owners of the properties listed in Exhibit A of a hearing before the Texarkana, Arkansas Board of Directors to determine the amount of the lien, if any, to be placed on the properties for the expense incurred by the city for the removal of overgrowth, trash, and debris from nuisance properties of such parcel of real property under the provisions of Arkansas Code annotated 1456-201 and Arkansas Code annotated 1454-901, and the Code of Ordinances of the City of Texarkana, Arkansas, without limitation, Chapter 11, Article 6, And whereas such notice was given pursuant to applicable law more than 30 days prior to the date of the hearing and stated that the hearing on the matter would be before the City Board of Directors on December 2nd, 2025, commencing at 6:00 PM in the Texarkana, Arkansas Municipal Building Boardroom. And whereas a hearing on such claim by the city was held this date pursuant said notice and in accordance with the provisions of the applicable law and the Code of Ordinances of the City of Texarkana, Arkansas. And whereas the properties at issue, property owners and lien amounts, with the amount of the lien on each said parcel being the city's incurred expense for such parcel, plus 10% penalty as provided by law, including without limitation, Arkansas Code annotated 1454904, are listed on Exhibit A attached hereto. And whereas the Board of Directors has determined that there should be certified to the Miller County, Arkansas tax collector to be placed on the books as delinquent taxes, the amount set forth for each said parcel of real property. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Directors of the City of Texarkana, Arkansas, that the amount set forth for each piece of property in Exhibit A are hereby certified to the tax collector for Miller County, Arkansas, for placement on the tax books as delinquent taxes on the respective parcels of real property identified and described therein, and collected accordingly as provided for by applicable law, including without limitation Arkansas Code annotated 1454901. Passed and approved this second day of December 2025.
City attorney's read the resolution. What would be the desire of the board?
Motion to adopt.
Second.
So have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? Could you call the roll?
Director Smith?
Yes.
Director Roberts?
Yes.
Assistant Mayor Harris?
Yes.
Director Hollebush?
Yes.
Director Brewer?
Yes.
Director Jewell?
Yes.
Mayor Brown?
Yes, the resolution passes. Moving on to item number 5, is to adopt an ordinance demonstrating the intent of the City of Texarkana, Arkansas to elect its Board of Directors by ward. Tyler?
So I sent you all an email before this draft agenda went out a couple of weeks ago. So the state passed Act 283 of 2025 that requires all cities intending to elect council members, board members by ward to file a copy of that ordinance with the county clerk. This is just formality. If we did not pass this ordinance, the elections would be each member would be in at-large position. So if you wish to continue that, this is what the state has mandated.
Yes, sir.
Did you do any research on that?
On this ordinance, I did, yes.
Are you sure that it apply with our form of government? You sure that's not mayor of council form of government?
It is in general, and I checked at least with the municipal league on that,
Okay. And what did they tell you?
that city manager forms of government need to pass it, just like everybody else.
Well, why did they tell me the difference?
I have no clue. I don't know who you talked to.
The attorney Mark Hayes and they and somebody named Kerry something. I can't think of.
Caleb?
Who?
Caleb?
Yeah, something like that, yeah. And they told me, no, it does not apply to our, and I kind of see we going down the rabbit hole by we passing this. Well, most people
It doesn't
anything
change
if you
any-
pass it.
Well,
It doesn't
I
affect
can see
anything.
how it can be advantageous in the future. Just say, for instance, you get 6 board members, and then they say, well, we want to try it large. And then we doing the fact that we can vote where we go at large or ward, even though we doing wards. And then I can see how like I said, to me, and based on what the information I got from the municipal league and from Mark Hayes, I asked that question, do this apply to the city manager form of government? And I was told no in an email, so.
That's not the information we received.
Okay.
This is the ordinance we put before you.
In an abundance of caution, I think we would pass it, and especially if it's not going to hurt anything. And besides, if we got attorneys conflicting information, so I think just an abundance of caution,
It confirms what we do anyway.
Yes.
Even so, we could always go to at-large if we wanted to, right?
But see, that's
When
the
is that?
rabbit hole we'll be going down. You
I
heard
mean,
what
it
he just
doesn't,
said.
I mean, it doesn't change what we're able to do, it just.
We could do
modifies
that
it.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
Any other discussion? If not, I'd instruct the city attorney to read the ordinance on its first reading in title form only.
An ordinance describing the ward-based election system for the city's board of directors as required by Act 283 of 2025, directing the filing of this ordinance with the Miller County Clerk for declaring an emergency and for other purposes.
Ordinance has been read on its first reading. Desire to have it read on its second reading.
Second reading, abbreviated form, please.
Second.
Let's have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Could you call the roll?
Director Smith,
Yes.
Director Roberts,
Yes.
Assistant Mayor Harris,
Present.
Director Hollibush,
Yes.
Director Brewer,
Yes.
Director Jewell,
yes.
Mayor Brown.
Yes. Hello?
An ordinance describing the ward-based election system for the city's board of directors is required by Act 283 of 2025, directing the filing of this ordinance with the Miller County Clerk for declaring an emergency and for other purposes.
Ordinance has been read on its second reading. Desire to have it read on its third and final reading.
Third and final.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Could you call the roll?
Director Smith,
Yes.
Director Roberts,
Yes.
Assistant Mayor Harris,
Present.
Director Hollibush,
Yes.
Director Brewer,
Yes.
Director Jewell,
Yes.
Mayor Brown.
Yes.
An ordinance describing the ward-based election system for the city's board of directors as required by Act 283 of 2025, directing the filing of this ordinance with the Miller County Clerk for declaring an emergency and for other purposes.
Ordinance has been read on its third and final reading. A motion to adopt.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to adopt. Prior to the board voting to adopt this particular ordinance, is there anyone here wishing to speak for or against? Yes.
I'm gonna put one more time the reason why I'm voting present, because I think this is something that we totally do not need to be voting on. Like I said, from my confirmation I got from the municipal league for Mark Hayes, he's the person that's over this, and and they wanted an attorney. I flat out asked, did this apply to a city manager form of government, and they said no. And what I mean, we going down the rabbit hole. That means we'll be voting on something we don't need to, and we open up the door for something else in the future.
What, in your view, how does it hurt?
It hurt because if you heard what Hollywood said, we could vote for somewhere at large.
We could do that anyway.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You hear what I'm saying?
If we vote no.
But no, you don't get what I'm saying.
It could
We
go down.
already in a at large, we already in a ward position thing, and we voting for something that does not apply to us from the Arkansas Municipal League. I know what I said.
We're just, by this passage, we're just endorsing the way we're doing things right now.
Like I said,
So it can't hurt anything.
I don't
Director
see it.
Harris.
We have a motion and a second to adopt. Any other discussion? Could you call the roll?
Director Smith,
Yes.
Director Roberts,
Yes.
Assistant Mayor Harris,
Present.
Director Hollibush,
Yes.
Director Brewer,
Yes.
Director Jewell,
Yes.
Mayor Brown.
Yes. And the ordinance is adopted. The staff has asked for an emergency clause. What would be the desire of the board?
Motion to attach emergency clause.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to attach emergency clause. Any other discussion? Could you call the roll?
Director Smith,
Yes.
Director Roberts,
Yes.
Assistant Mayor Harris,
Present.
Director Hollibush,
Yes.
Director Brewer,
Yes.
Director Jewell,
Yes.
Mayor Brown.
Yes, and the emergency clause is attached. Moving on to our last item on the agenda is item number 6, to adopt an ordinance levying the 2025 tax rate. Tyler?
So this is the typical levy that you do every year. This is passed on to the county to be put on the tax rolls. It's the same as last year, 5 mills for general purposes, 1 mill for library, 1 mill for fire pension, 1 for police pension, and 2.5 for debt service. I want to be clear, the additional 2.5 for the street bond that was just passed is not included in this. It will not be effective until 2026. Taxpayers won't see that on their bill until 2027.
Anybody have any questions? If not, I would instruct the city attorney to read the ordinance in title form on its first reading.
An ordinance levying the 2025 tax rates and for other purposes.
City attorney's read the ordinance on its first reading, desire to have it read on its second.
Second reading, abbreviated form, please.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any other discussion? Could you call the roll?
Director Smith?
Yes.
Director Roberts?
Yes.
Assistant Mayor Harris?
Yes.
Director Hallbush?
Yes.
Director Brewer?
Yes.
Director Jewell?
Yes.
Mayor Brown?
Yes.
An ordinance levying the 2025 tax rates and for other purposes.
Ordinance has been read on its second reading, desire to have it read on its third and final reading.
Third reading, abbreviated form.
Second.
Let's have a motion and a second for third reading. Any other discussion? Would you call the roll?
Director Smith?
Yes.
Director Roberts?
Yes.
Assistant Mayor Harris?
Yes.
Director Hallbush?
Yes.
Director Brewer?
Yes.
Director Jewell?
Yes.
Mayor Brown?
Yes.
An ordinance levying the 2025 tax rates and for other purposes.
Ordinance has been read on its third and final reading, a desire to adopt.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Let's have a motion and a second to adopt. Prior to the board voting to adopt this particular ordinance, is there anyone here wishing to speak for or against? Seeing and hearing none, could you call the roll?
Director Smith?
Yes.
Director Roberts?
Yes.
Assistant Mayor Harris?
Yes.
Director Hallbush?
Yes.
Director Brewer?
Yes.
Director Jewell?
Yes.
Mayor Brown?
Yes, and the ordinance is adopted. Item number 7, at the desire of the board, could be added tonight with a motion to postpone our December the 15th regular scheduled meeting to the following Tuesday due to the cancellation of the parade. We just need a motion and a second and affirmative vote to move our regular scheduled board meeting to the 16th.
I'd like to make the motion that the mayor just said.
Second.
So a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Yes.
And I would like to ask that question again as to why is that Christmas parade is based on when the Texas County, Arkansas Board, director having their meeting on the, before it was on the first, Monday, now it's been changed to the third Monday. We could have had this, this coming Monday on the second Monday, so I'm just trying to figure out what's the rationality behind it. And I know, the mayor, you stated I need to, what's the later, what's Main Street? I need to ask Main Street. So that would be a good question, why it is based on when we have our board meeting.
Any other discussion? Could you call the roll?
Director Smith?
Yes.
Director Roberts?
Yes.
Assistant Mayor Harris?
I guess I'll go ahead and vote for it, but that's still a good question need to be asked, yes.
Director Hallbush?
Yes.
Director Brewer?
Yes.
Director Jewell?
Yes.
Mayor Brown?
Yes. And the motion passes, so our board meeting will be rescheduled for Tuesday, December the 16th at 6 p.m. Board of Directors commentary. Is there any board member that wishes to address the board tonight?
I have one thing, Mayor. Is Tracy Lee still here? Hey, Tracy, I need to see you after the meeting in regards to 1118 19th Street, see if I can get these added to the list. Yeah. It's the one I had the burnt down house, but I'll get with her after the meeting.
I would like to add too, the 13th on a Saturday, is going to be Breakfast with Santa at the rec center. If you have any kids or your neighbors have any kids, or you just want to go by, I haven't missed one in the past 5 years. It's the highlight of my Christmas to see their faces, and it is always just jam-packed. So if you're out and about and don't have anything to do, they provide breakfast, and all the kids, they have a workshop for the kids. They have a store that the kids get to pick out gifts, no cost whatsoever, and wrap them themselves. It's a nice event to come and check out, and that's going to be on the 13th at the rec center,
What time on 13th?
9 to noon.
I'd just like to commend all the voters out there for supporting the bond issue this past election. Appreciate it very much. I know the staff does. And again, thank y'all all.
Anything else? Yes, sir.
I got a question to ask the city manager. I guess I'd ask a lot about that manhole covered on Seaver Street by Washington Street. I know you stating you, trying to get some money from FEMA, that it messed up during the flood, that the concrete came up and it, so what's the status of that, and when will that be fixed, or will that be addressed in the coming up budget?
I'm not sure. It won't be addressed specifically. I mean, there won't be a line item for that. We have general maintenance money for items like that, but I don't recall whether that was included in the FEMA claim or not. I've got no idea. I'll have to check on that for you. Okay, so we're still waiting to hear back from FEMA on a lot of that stuff. We've gotten word on some of it, but not everything. So I'll get with Public Works and send you an update.
And then the other question is, about that, bridge? I know you said that's a state issue, but I'm getting more stopped and asked about that when I'm out about when that road gonna get fixed right there on the Seaver and Washington Street, where that bridge is. People can't get through because you got dirt piled up, and they just don't think you know, the city want them to use that street, you know, because I told them you're probably gonna wait 2 or 3 years before they get fixed. That's what normally happens when I make a request. It normally 2 or 3 years out before it get done, but even though I didn't make that request, but the state had deemed that bridge unsafely, but they just want to know when that bridge gonna get fixed. Right down on Seaver Street near the corner of Washington Street. You got any?
I would love to know when it's going to get fixed myself.
So how would
I
we
don't
go
like it.
about- Who do we need to be asking? You know, who?
I will get an update from RDOT. I have not heard anything from them, but I will push for an update this week.
We got something in the mail this afternoon while we were sitting up here. They did send a memorandum of understanding for it, also an invoice for the feasibility study for that bridge.
But they didn't say anything about the feasibility study being complete. That's,
No, we gotta pay them for our portion before they will even start it.
now, I know they're started. I know they've already started on it. I'll push for an update on when they plan for that study to be completed. I mean.
Tracy, I think it's worth noting too, that we did all receive, I think you and Tyler and I received that email from FEMA with an update stating how far behind they were, when they were going to be contacted with the lapse and the government shutdown. We did receive an email from them stating that they're trying to catch up, but we have some residents that are still waiting for some FEMA assistance as well.
Right, and they have since sent 50% of their staff back to DC.
So,
Well, this may be a Tracy question as well. The truck, the pothole repair truck that was included in the bond issue, when we order that, does that take a while to come in?
They're actually going to have it to us really quick. So, within a couple of months, right?
Very good. Thank you.
What was the cost of that truck?
About 400,000.
400? Yeah.
Yeah, another thing I forgot. I just thought about something else.
okay, go ahead, Director Harris.
Dudley Street, remember I had sent y'all an email and you came and looked at it about the cracks going across the street. Are you gonna, is now's the time to tar that street? You think you gonna, when is that gonna get done?
We're going to get the crack seal in here real soon. We've got several projects that we need to do.
And you notice how good Ferguson Street's still up. Have you thought about trying to chip seal that street before you got cracks all in there? But if you can chip seal that street, that'll be just like a new street.
To chip seal,
Ferguson Street.
right, yeah, I understand that. You're talking about preventative maintenance. Yeah, I would love to do that, but to chip seal Ferguson, you're talking about probably $400,000 or $500,000.
Okay, but ain't we getting CBG funds?
Not nearly that amount.
Well, what are we, well, that, I know there'll be with the, what's the name, but what are we doing with the CBG funds we getting?
It's in your budget.
You doesn't say where it's going to, you just said,
When we have our budget workshop, I'll give you an exact breakdown of everything we've got in there.
okay,
I'm sorry, I don't know it off the top of my head.
okay.
Anything else?
Tyler, I have one last
Yes,
update
sir.
from the Public Utilities Commission.
Mhm.
They did get those limbs up over there on Preston. You know,
On
Mr.
East Side?
Fuller? Yes.
Yep.
And so I just want to let you know they completed it.
Yes, sir, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I was in contact with Lisa.
Yes.
She texted me the next morning and said that they missed that and getting right on it.
Yeah, they moved pretty fast. Yeah.
Mhm.
Tyler, you have anything you want to report on?
The only thing I wanted to let y'all know, in regards to the street bond, we'll be giving y'all regular updates on progress. Right now, the engineers are working on their cost estimates and grouping some of these together, trying to get a timeline. But we're going to plan on giving y'all a regular update at the meetings on where we're at and what the timeline looks like, if there's any changes to that or anything. So you can expect that next meeting, but we don't quite have that timeline squared away like we would like to give it this meeting. Engineers still working on that, so we will give you all regular updates for that, though.
But in our original meeting with Jason, we weren't even anticipating receiving any of these funds until April.
Correct.
Maybe the end of March or first part of April, as far as actually getting the funding.
That's correct,
Okay.
yes. They don't know for sure exactly when, but yeah, they were ballparking around April.
Anything else? I'll just remind you again, we have moved our next board meeting, it'll be our last board meeting in December till Tuesday the 16th to accommodate the Christmas parade, downtown Christmas parade on Monday the 15th. If not anything else, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion for adjournment.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Could you call a roll?
Director Smith,
Yes.
Director Roberts,
Yes.
Assistant Mayor Harris,
Yes.
Director Hallbush,
Yes.
Director Brewer,
Yes.
Director Jewell,
Yes.
Mayor Brown.